Hey there, welcome back to Roblox Portal. To be quite fair, Roblox has the largest and most profitable SCP roleplay games in its entire genre. And that's why in today's video, we bring to you the top 15 best Roblox SCP games you need to try out in 2021. But before we start, please give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. We also have a small quiz for you. So in which game do you have a chance of being a scientist? The answer is somewhere in this video. The first one to get the correct answer gets their comment liked, loved, and pinned. And now let's get into today's video. Stick around till the end to be entertained and surprised by some of the games on this list. Number 1. SCP Roleplay. In the game, players can play as different roles in the SCP universe, each having their own purpose, abilities, and tools. Each role in the game has different goals and equipment, which will be required to keep the game going. Almost in every role, excluding the default roles, require EXP. Number 2. SCP-3008. On how to get through that wall in the game, first, it must be done with VIP, or else it won't work. In the teleport menu of the mod menu, select your own name and click the bring button multiple times in rapid succession. You can get to the ceiling by building up from there, or you can directly teleport yourself to the roof by teleporting yourself on an offset of 2045 studs. Number 3. SCP RBREACH. This game is one of the most complicated SCP games in Roblox. To play the game to its full extent, one must master the lore of the Foundation and the game itself. Key cards are the main aspect of this game. They're used to access certain parts of the facility, including many rooms. Number 4. SCP Anomaly Breach 2. This game features multiplayer game modes that don't crash like the original SCP Containment Breach. If you want to use the console, it can only be used in a safe mode difficulty in game. In safe mode, you cannot earn badges or player points from escaping. Number 5. SCP Site-76 Prison Anomalies. One of the anomalies in the game include the Clockwork Machine, which is a low-threat anomaly located in the light containment zone. About its appearance, it's a large and rectangular industrial machine, presumably built out of a system of gears and sprockets. Number 6. SCP Site-61 Roleplay. Site-61 is located in Ireland, and its primary use is for research and containment of SCPs. One of the anomalies in the game is the Shy Guy. It's an upcoming anomaly coming up in the next major update. It was officially revealed via the Yellow Gear Works' Twitter page after they hit 1,250 followers. Number 7. SCP Containment Breach Part 1. This game is a free indie survival horror game based on the stories from the SCP Foundation. It starts out with D-9341, a D-class personnel in his cell. After picking up a document containing details of an exciting 1-month working period in a top-secret facility, a guard opens up the cell and tells 9341 to come out and perform a test with SCP-173. Number 8. SCP-096 Demonstration. This game is very simple to play. If SCP-096 is sitting down, look at his face and he will start getting furious, and then you'll have to run away as long as possible. However, as you're running away from SCP-096, you'll find out that he's gaining on you at a fast rate. Number 9. SCP Devolved. Within this game, there are 10 SCPs. An SCP is an anomalous object or entity. They pose a major threat to the facility, as some can be quite deadly or friendly. However, some of these do absolutely nothing but follow you around and sometimes even heal you. Number 10. SCP Testing Facility. In SCP Testing Facility, you are either Class D or an SCP. If you're an SCP, you only have one objective, which is to prevent all Class D from escaping. In the game, you get to play as either the Burning Man, the Zombie Plague, the Plague Doctor, the Wendigo Skull, the Mask, or the Sleep Killer. Number 11. SCP Demonstration Facility Site-101. Although this game has minor bugs, you can still have so much fun as you experience zombie outbreaks, SCP-008, with also SCP-173, and the horrifying Shy Guy known as SCP-096, and Burning Man, and even Alligator. Number 12. Area 47. In this game, you can play as a scientist, security team member, or a member of the Anti-Foundation Chaos Insurgency. Feel free to raid warehouses, protect the facility, or roam around the vast sewers as you explore this game. Number 13. Site Delta. In this game, you have one objective: secure anomalies and SCP creatures. It's another role-playing game that has very detailed architecture, especially on the buildings. The mechanics are pretty much the same as other SCP games, but it's very easy to master. Number 14, SCP-096. Feel free to explore off into the unknown depths, not minding if you'll die or not. The game has some planned revamp on the staircase itself. New monsters and revamping of the other parts of the lobby is planned. If you're interested in playing this game, it's recommended you use a desktop or an Xbox and not a mobile device or a tablet. Number 15, Facility Lockdown Beta. This game is a multiplayer version of SCP Containment Breach. Each round of the game, you'll notice that the map is completely different, making the game based on both luck and strategy. Only the most skillful players can use their resources to escape and avoid the common threats. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching Roblox Portal. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more amazing Roblox related content. Goodbye!